when you're in a relationship, yes, you guys go on dates and you guys have date nights, but I don't feel like you're dating. Like, I feel like you're committed to that person and that's what that is. But when you're dating someone, I'm like, you can bounce around, you keep your options open. You're trying to see who you're most compatible with, who you can see a future with.
You think dating and talking are the same?
It's the same thing. I'm talking to this person. Yeah, you guys are going out on dates, right? You're not just sitting there talking on the phone. No, you're talking to them. I'm dating this person. Like, we're going out on dates. We're getting to know each other. We're seeing if there's compatibility there. And then after we go on these dates, then we're like, okay, I want you to be my boyfriend. Then you're in a relationship with them.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Through with a Splash of Tea. I'm your host, Cass.
And I'm T.
And T, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about the talking stage.
The talking stage. I want to define it for people real quick, because not everyone knows what the talking stage is, I feel. They know. The talking stage is the period before an official relationship where individuals are getting to know each other through conversations and interactions, exploring potential compatibility, but without a formal commitment. The reason that I wanted to give a formal definition of that is because I feel like we're the ones who gave that stage a title. Yes. Prior to us, there was just like before dating and after and currently dating. So now we have the talking stage, which whatever, it's neither here nor there to me.
It's an excuse for a situationship.
Ooh.
Clock it.
I've never put that together.
Yeah. Because you're not just talking. Most people are not just talking. Like, oh, we're talking to see if we're getting to know each other. I mean, to see if we're compatible. I feel like when men use it as an excuse, yeah, I can go in on this little topic.
Girl, it is an excuse. I didn't even go ahead, girl.
Yeah, women too. They use it as an excuse to have this person, like, their little thing, but like, oh, we don't have a title on it. Like, we're not actually together.
Yes.
So in real life, the talking stage doesn't exist.
No, it does, because hold on.
I feel like you're talking to someone as you're dating them. We go out on dates, we're talking, we're getting to know each other.
No, but some people say dating is after you're my girlfriend. Now we're dating.
I guess.
So people have different definitions of dating. This is why I also put up the definition of dating. So that is a stage of romantic relationships where two people regularly engage in activities together, often with the intention of evaluating each other's sustainability as a potential partner in a future intimate relationship.
Did you hear that? Potential partner in a future intimate relationship. Dating, to me, like, I wouldn't say like, oh, I date Karan. No, Karan's my boyfriend. Dating
versus talking is exploring potential compatibility.
It's the same thing.
You think dating and talking are the same?
It's the same thing. I'm talking to this person. Yeah, you guys are going out on dates, right? You're not just sitting there talking on the phone. No, you're talking to them. I'm dating this person. Like, we're going out on dates. We're getting to know each other. We're seeing if there's compatibility there. And then after we go on these dates, then we're like, okay, I want you to be my boyfriend. Then you're in a relationship with them. I don't see them as different, but I do know people that see it as like, oh, no, I'm dating them. That means I'm in a relationship with them. But me dating someone is before the relationship. Like, oh, yeah, we're dating casually dating just to see, and then eventually, okay, now that's my man. That's my girl.
This is my first time reading the definition of both. And they are, in fact, the same. So why do we have a different, just so people can sleep around?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can sleep around and date somebody.
Yeah.
Why do I need a talking stage to sleep around to have a situationship? Why do I need to add another word, another title to it?
Because
I can just date and sleep around.
Niggas ain't shit. Talking stage and the dating stage are the same thing.
And that really hit me when I read the definitions. But I was under the impression that the dating stage was when you are exclusive with somebody. But that's not it. That's when you're already in a relationship.
Yeah, like, I feel like when you're in a relationship, yes, you guys go on dates and you guys have date nights, but I don't feel like you're dating. Like, I feel like you're committed to that person and that's what that is. But when you're dating someone, I'm like, you can bounce around. You keep your options open. You're trying to see who you're most compatible with, who you can see a future with, et cetera, et cetera. But our community is the one that gave the talking stage, like, who have made it come alive. Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, like, gave it a platform, made it a thing.
Yeah, because what the hell? What are we talking about? We're talking. Yes, that's what we do.
Yeah, because that's such like in any, like, duh, that's such a foundational thing. Like in any relationship with any that person that you have, whether romantic or not, you are speaking to them.
Yes.
That's the cultivation of the relationship.
So we're talking. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's just, I guess people didn't want to say dating. But again, you're not the only person that believes, like I've talked to other people that think like, oh yeah, dating means I'm in a relationship with the person.
I think that, well, for me, I'll say, because I know that in a relationship you go on dates. So I just aligned it with that. Like, okay, that's when you're dating because you're constantly going on dates.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. But talking is prior to that. So I would always be like, people have said to me before, like the talking stage isn't real or like it's the same as dating, but I never really like did any, like I never Googled the definition. I never did any of that.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I just like define it differently than you. But no, bro, literally the same thing. And then you enter a relationship. Yeah. How long do you think the talking stage / dating should be? Well, no, you don't. No, it's the same thing. Yeah. How long do you think it should be?
I don't think it takes, like, I feel like people would be just avoiding titles because I don't think it takes that long for you to know if you're rocking with this person and like you see a future with them. Like sometimes you'll hang out with someone and after the first time you're like, never again. This motherfucker won't see me ever again. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm. So like, why is it that, oh, okay, yeah, I keep kicking with this person. We keep going out and like we have fun. I just don't want to put a title on it. Why? That's because you don't want to put a title on it. It's not because you don't think that you like the person or something like that. Like you just want to be in a situationship. And that's another one. Right. Situationships, like people don't want to commit. Yeah. I feel like this generation doesn't want to commit.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Like our generation, the newer generations, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going to happen with them. But our generation is like, it's lame to commit. Like, it's like not cool. Like
that's the thing. It's literally not cool to commit to somebody. It's always cool to like have multiple options. It's always cool to be talking, have a roster. Everyone's supposed to have a roster. Oh, your roster. Da, da, da. Like, why is it cool? Why is it like so cool to talk to everybody? Yes, you're trying to figure out who your person is and you're supposed to have these conversations, but it wasn't meant for us to live in.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to live in that.
People want to live in that.
Yeah. But do we want to live in it because like I don't know, are we anti like traditional, are we anti a lot of traditional things? Or are we anti, because a lot of people in our community not anti, but they are interested in getting married. Like that's not like a goal or like that union isn't really a big thing for them. Mm-hmm. But so why do you think that is the case? Like, why are we here? How do we?
I think if you weren't raised around that and you didn't see that a lot, then it's not something that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like, some people, yes, because they weren't raised in it, they're like, I want that for me, you know? But I feel like most people are like, okay.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, like I've seen people be in relationships and I guess thrive in that way and not have like a committed marriage and things like that. And they're fine. So they're just like, okay, whatever. Like the idea of marriage that's instilled in them.
Yeah. And they see like, oh, I know so-and-so's together and they're not married. They're fine. Yes. But I think that also opens the door to, all right, they're not married, they're fine. So why don't I just chill in this fine state versus entering that union and being tied to somebody and locked in with somebody? Like, why do I have to do that?
Yeah.
I can just be fine floating around. Right. But you're going to float around forever? You can. You can George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio it for the rest of your life. But I mean, there's no issue with that. But I feel like that's hard.
I mean, I guess it is to keep up with what you got going on, but it's not in the same sense because it's like, okay, like I don't really have to worry so much about other people's feelings.
And that's true. I can just go on to the next. Yeah.
I'm slanging shit.
I'm looking at it hard being like having to make these personal connections with all these people, but you don't have to do that.
They're not really doing like, it's short term. So it's like, yeah, we're like in the moment. Like, yeah, we connect right now. But as soon as that flame fizzles out, next, on to the next. That sounds tiring. Maybe not difficult, definitely tiring. Like I have no desire to do that. So, but I guess I didn't answer the question. Like, how long is too long? Is that what you said?
How long do you think the talking stage should? Yeah, how long is too long? I guess.
I feel like 3 months max. Max. Like technically, Karan and I are still talking, and we're in our literal. That man ain't never asked me for real to be his girlfriend. Like it wasn't like like Natisha. Will you be my girl? You ain't never. Your daddy never asked me to be his girlfriend, and here we are, 2 babies later.
Literally years in.
I know.
How many? 7, 8?
It's gonna be 7 this year.
Right on. Hit the nail on the head, baby.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I feel like eventually, like you just go together. Like I don't feel like a lot of people, like back in the day, like sent the little note, like, will you be your girlfriend? Yes or no?
Yeah.
They're not doing that no more. They're just like, all right. It's been a year.
Yeah, like locking in. I think that's very much the guys. Like they don't care. But I feel like the girls have looped around because now the girls are like, all right, well you should have like a day that you decide to ask me to be your girl, and that'll be our date.
I made our date.
The day that you guys met, or what was your date?
I made our date I didn't make the date right away, but then like I circled back after we were like rocking with each other for a while, and I'm like, we go together. And
on what was the date?
I made the date the first day that we
did the
first date. No, girl, I don't know the date. I think it was like when we first started like texting each other.
Like got left leaving you. T and Karan met on social media.
Yeah.
So the date that you guys left socials and
actually, yeah, because I could go back to it. Like I keep my text message threads, so I could scroll all the way back and find the date of it. So I was like, okay, that's our date. Boom, there we go.
Why not have it be the date that you guys started talking?
Well, that was the day we started talking. Oh, like you mean on social media? Girl, I bagged that man real fast, girl. We wasn't talking on social media for too long. I told him all the time, like, I bagged you. Like, give me your number for I want to know one.
Hello. Oh, Lord. All right. Well, do you want Karan to ask you to be his girlfriend still?
No. I be telling him, like, babe, you didn't ask me to be your Valentine. He'd be like, I'm not doing that. Okay.
That answers that.
Okay. He ain't gonna ask me to be his girlfriend.
Moving on.
He's not. Yeah. The only thing you can't, I guess the only thing, like, and this is a lesson to men, the only thing you can't skip out on asking is for someone to be your wife. You can't just, oh yeah, we married together. We're not. We're not.
Yeah.
You need to get on your knee and don't be like Gucci Mane.
Stand up in front of you while you're sitting down.
That man opened. He just opened the ring box and showed it to her.
Yeah.
Like tapped her on the shoulder, like.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I cringed watching that video, but we're not talking about marriage. We're talking about the talking stage.
Yes.
But yes, 3 months too long. I mean, 3 months no longer. Even before then,
Yeah.
But I'll give you 3 months. I'll let you, go through a few experiences together, see if there's something you really want to do for real. 3 months max.
And then you should know whether you want that girl to be your girlfriend or not.
Yeah, and vice versa. But I feel like you would have been stopped talking to them by then.
I know 3 months is a long time.
Yeah.
Like I laughed
90
originally,
days.
but we're talking about literally the talking stage, like not even asking this person. Yeah. And there more times than not I can't say more times than not, then definitely. More times than not, by conversation number 3, I know whether a man aligns with me, whether I should pursue him as a partner or whether this is a friend.
Yeah.
By conversation number 3,
So the real answer is really like 4 weeks. But I'm giving y'all a little, I think 3 weeks. I mean, 3 months is like literally the ultimate maximum time that it should take. But really, like after a month, like like let's be for real.
Yeah. Especially if you guys are like constantly talking, which you should be.
You're talking
or at least in each other's spaces. If you guys aren't huge talkers, but you guys just like to hang out, like just quiet. Like you guys are around each other like multiple times throughout the month. Like you know if this person's vibing with you or not.
Right.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like we were like, like what is the goal? When people were talking, the goal is to see if I rock with you. I see a future with you. You can be my bae. Remember that term, bae? People still use it like, yeah, bae. Not bae.
You don't like that?
Can be like
baby?
No, put the other I like babe. Like I call Karan babe.
Oh yeah, babe. Hey, babe.
If I accidentally say baby, I cringe. I don't know why.
You don't like baby?
One time, not one time, but it's happened multiple times. I've accidentally said baby, and I'm like, ill. And he was like, you don't like you always do that. And I was just like, cause like baby. Like I feel like I would be your baby, like the girl.
Versus the man being your baby?
No, he's my babe.
Because babies were manly.
Not necessarily. I don't know. It's just the way I operate.
Cass isn't
she don't like no pet.
What are they called? You're not supposed to call them pet names. You guys are animal. We are animals, but is that what they call it?
Literally a pet name. Yes.
Oh, Jack said that to me in a DM, and I thought she was like throwing shade. You guys call it pet names?
What do you mean, you guys, girl? It's a universal thing. Yes, the people. You should call it that too.
I thought it was called like something like sweet, like I don't know.
Pet name.
Okay. Title of encouragement or something. Title of something. All right, it's a pet name.
Just a pet name.
Yeah, I don't like pet names. It's not my thing. But I do understand that people like them. Most people like them, and it's easier than not easier, but people like them over calling the person's first name.
Because once you call them the first name, it typically signifies that you're upset or something.
Yeah, but why? I never understood that. Why? Where did we get that from? Because when your friends call you your first name.
Well, when your parent calls you your full name, that's typically like, oh, I'm upset.
So if he called you Tisha, you would think that he's mad at you.
Yeah, but he doesn't call me that. He calls me Natisha.
All the time?
No, like if he's being serious or something, Natisha.
Right. So if he started calling you Tisha instead of Mamas, that's his pet name for her. You would not like that, or you don't care.
I mean, I guess I could just feel like a shift in like the energy when he'd be like, all right, Natisha. Like, okay, you got an issue?
We got drama.
Yeah, like, what's on? Beef? Like, truly. Like, if I'm your mama's, I'm your mama's. Like, why are you switching up? Just like,
you
if I'd
like
be like, yeah.
Just that answers that.
Just like if I'd be like, okay, Karan.
Yeah, but it's like you said, it's the energy shift.
Yeah.
What if Babe turned into, K or KC? KC's Karan's nickname. So what if Babe turned into KC and Karan still stayed when you are aggravated?
Yeah, I guess.
But you would
no. We call it like we're lovers, and we call each other our pet names. That's what it is.
We're lovers.
Yeah, like yeah, I'm your mama's and you're my babe. And that's what it is.
I get that from the sense of like when you have kids, because my niece Montana would call her dad Al, and no, like no, you can't call him that. Like he's your dad. So she had to like correct that because that's what. Yeah, him Al. So
see, like, but that's like also I've seen videos of like, and I think it's like I just laugh because I feel like that's what Bugsy would do. Like when the kid calls the parent like babe or baby.
Yeah.
I seen this TikTok and the kid was calling the dad what was he saying? He was like, babe, because that's how the mom always says So they were playing catch or whatever. He was like, stop, babe. And the dad was laughing and he's like, I'm dad, I'm not babe. And he was like, okay, babe. And I'm just like, what? Like, what? Because that's what here's his mom calling.
That too. That's true. Because they'll follow suit. All right. Do you think that you should run from red flags in the talking stage?
Absolutely.
That you've only allotted to be for 4 weeks?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
I feel like that's when it's easiest to.
Okay. Do you think that...
I feel like a lot of people don't. And that's why,
I think people have an issue running from red flags, period. I think we just don't like to... and I get that. Like you can... Because I've been in situations where I've seen red flags and have stayed way longer than I'm supposed to. But it's difficult to like come to the realization like I have spent time with this person.
If it's only in the 4-week, girl, you ain't spend no time for real. What's that? If it's by the third conversation,
then I have to toss him away. Well, I don't know if I was. Then I got to toss him away and look for somebody else.
Yeah, but I feel like people like I feel like in the beginning, like super beginning, it's not hard for people to run from red flags.
Early,
like one time,
hey, you about to get crazy.
This is way before Karan, okay? This me and Tiffany on a date. It wasn't even a date. It was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. He had brought like, we were going out, but he brought like Crown Royal. I said, what? I don't drink this, but Crown Royal. And then he was like, yeah, and I'm going to roll up. And he rolled up the skimpest, the babyest little pinna. I'm like, I'm going to roll up. I rolled my own blunt. I smoked him blunt. Let him smoke his little baby shit. Like, I'm not, what are we doing? And from that moment, I was like, he'll never see me.
Well, but that was the first date, though, right?
Yeah, that was the first outing, but we were talking before that, I guess, for a little bit. Yeah, red flag.
Okay, but that flag was on fire. That flag was not red. That flag was not red. That flag was ablaze.
Yeah,
like that was insane. But
Crown Royal, I couldn't believe it.
Horrendous. But there are some red flags that will like sweep under the rug. Like if you see like multiple icks in like 1 week. I feel like if you can combine those together, like that's a red flag. If we see multiple icks that these are my icks, like this is, okay, we can combine those and we can make that one red flag. But sometimes you'll just let that ride and like, all right, we'll keep going. And then a red flag, like, that's just another bump. That's just another bump.
Yeah.
And now we 2 months in and the flags are all over the place. And like, damn, I've been talking to this person for 2 months. We've had some good times. The majority, I know I'm not going to be with him. It's hard for me to exit. Let me just stay a little bit.
I think people do that because they're feeling the person. That's why they're ignoring the flags.
I agree with that. But you can still feel the person and see red flags.
No, I'm saying I think they're ignoring it. That's why they're like, oh, okay, like, we'll drive over that.
So is that what we all do, though?
I think it's just human nature, maybe.
Nugs, we're literally talking about how you came to fruition here and you don't care. Like, you don't want us to have this conversation. Is that what it is?
Talking is dating. Same thing. Don't let no man convince you to talk to him for a year. All right, ladies, know your worth. And vice versa, man. Don't let that girl convince you to talk to her for no year. She knows.
And understand, guys, please understand when you're just... Guys, understand when you are being taken advantage of.
If she only hit you up when she's out with her friends because she wants you to come and pay, nigga, please. Just know that's what you are. You're friend zoned, but you be tricking.
If she hits you every time she's hungry, know that you saved us Chinese food in her phone. If she hits you every time she's out of town, know that you just provide her with the money. You money bag on her phone. Like, know your worth. Know what you do. If she hits you every time she just wants the hanky panky, know you saved us hanky panky. Like, just know what you are. Same thing for the ladies, but guys, y'all be getting treated crazy out here. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Know your worth. All right, T, tell them something to close the talking conversation.
I know. I want to say a fun fact.
Oh, we're doing fun facts at the end of every episode because I'm obsessed with fun facts. So T's going to do last week's first, and then we'll do this week.
So the fun fact for birthdays is the most common birthday in the U.S. is September 9th. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So that means most are getting busy when?
Well, 9 months prior, December.
Early December.
Yeah.
So right before Christmas. Why y'all doing that?
Maybe after Thanksgiving.
Oh, they're full and happy.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
But it could still be like it could be the holidays. Like babies don't typically, they don't have to do all 40 weeks. They could have came a little bit early.
38. So between the end of November and the end of December, people just getting crazy.
Yep, the holidays. The holiday spirit.
Yeah. Going through them. All right, what's our other fun fact? You guys need to watch this podcast. Don't listen to it because now that Nairi's here, it just be so much going on.
It's very chaotic. Okay, and our fun fact around the talking stage is holding hands can reduce stress.
That's beautiful. That's probably because you're like physically, like it's the physical connection between person to person.
Well, they didn't say hugging can reduce stress.
Well, hugging probably can too.
Yeah, maybe you're releasing endorphins or something.
The last time a man tried to hold my hand, he was like, I don't know. I don't like to hold hands either. He put his hand to touch, like, to put my hand up.
Like nothing. She just wants you to be in love with her.
Yes.
And that's it. Like, she's not affectionate.
That's not true. I hug you. I always tell people you're my best hugger. I tell people that. Did you tell you that?
Oh my God.
You're the one who taught me how to hug. Because people will compliment.
I taught her everything.
People will compliment. And T taught me how to eat too. That's so crazy. There's so many things.
I never did. Stop telling you that I taught you. Y'all would have thought she was a poor girl on the side of the road, and I found her homeless under in a box. I taught her about appreciating her birthday. I taught her how to hug. I taught her how to eat. What?
Yeah, you did. And okay, I'm not gonna keep going. No, I'm gonna keep going. Where was I going with this?
One more. What else did I teach you? What else did I teach?
You taught me that you're supposed to, if you're like turning onto a street, you're supposed to let the person turn into where you're coming from first and then go.
If you're turning onto a street.
Yeah. Because one time, like I can, like when we're right outside your house, that's when it happened. I think because you were like, why wouldn't you let me go first? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And you were like, when you were driving, why didn't you let me go first? And I was like, oh, I don't know. What are you talking about? In my head, I was like, I don't know. But in my head, I'm like, what is she talking about? Why is she asking me this question?
Stop, you're blocking traffic, so let me go.
Yes. And then when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, that. And then it clicked. I was like, oh, yeah.
So I taught her how to drive.
You told me a lot of things. But yeah, the last time some guy like wanted to hold my hand, he like put his hand out, and I typically act like I don't see it, so it's not awkward. I just act like I don't see it and keep doing my thing.
That's still awkward.
So what do you want me to do?
We just okay.
No, it wasn't like out, it wasn't out like this. It was like this.
Yeah, no, I know, but I can't. Yeah, but yeah, I know.
Okay, and then he goes like, "Let's hold hands," and I was like, "Why?"
Even more awkward.
Yeah, why are you saying it? Just put your hand back. Put your. I see your hand. I don't want to hold it. He was like, let's hold hands, and I was like, why? So we can look like toddlers? And he was like, no, like. No, but that wasn't shade. I was like, when I see holding hands, I think of little kids. That's literally what I think of. So I was like, why? Was we gonna look like toddlers? And he was like, no, I just want to hold your hand. I was like,
damn, I always hold my man's hand when we out.
I don't think that's it's just,
we're childish. Everyone that holds hands, I'm gonna close the episode. Everyone out there, if you hold hands with your lover, with your child, with whomever, you are a toddler. Okay? That's it.
That's pretty much the theme of the episode.
Cast fact. It's a cast fact.
But when he was like, no, I was like, oh shit, like, oh yeah. So I went right for it.
You done already told this man? He's like, yeah, now she babying me.
Fucking toddler. All right. On that note, you can't hold hands with anybody ever because you're a kid if you do. I say to ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna close out on that.
Thank you for listening. If you listen. I wanted to steal it so bad.
Do it.
I don't remember the rest.
Okay. Thank you for watching if you watched. Thank you for listening if you listened. You can catch Through with a Splash of Tea every Wednesday and Thursday on all streaming platforms. Bye now.
Bye.